Start with the hook. The first few seconds of your ad are crucial for capturing your audience's attention. This is true with most content, and in my ad, I began with a visually striking shot of an editor in a warehouse, immediately drawing viewers in and kind of wondering what's going on here. Now, step 2 is showcase your product. Once you've grabbed your audience's attention, it's time to showcase your product or service. And in my ad, I visually demonstrate the capabilities of my digital asset library by showing a wide array of VFX assets spawning in front of the editor. And that leads to step 3, which is provide proof of value. To convince viewers to invest in your product or service, you need to demonstrate its value. And in my ad, I showcase before and after shots to illustrate the impact of using effects from my packs. And this visual evidence helps viewers understand the benefits they're getting from purchasing, and it's presented in a nice visual way so it's easy to understand. But finally, step 4 is the call to action of the structure of your ad. You don't want to forget to include a clear call to action that prompts viewers to take the next step. Whether it's visiting your website, signing up for a trial, watching a video, or making a purchase, make sure that the action is easy to understand and easy to follow. So now that we have the structure, let's dive into the technical and let's break down editing tricks and sound design ideas that can help support that structure that we just covered. Now, using VFX or motion graphics, it's not just a good way to add some flashiness or some pops to your video, but it's also a great way to simplify concepts and to explain things to your audience in a more efficient way. Now, in my ad, I keep referencing how you would actually use these assets when editing, but in a clearer and smoother way when communicated with animations. Now, of course, we have to talk about sound. It is one of the best ways to highlight edits. Taking time to craft complex and interesting sound design not only helps communicate ideas, but it also allows you to further smooth and motivate cuts and animations. And I have made a whole episode on sound design alone and ways to not only add sound, but to motivate them to the story and process them to fit your scene. But for us right now, the main breakdown is this. You want to hear what you see on screen generally. Unless you're going for a subjective effect, finding sounds that can either tactically or conceptually make sense for what is playing on screen can really ground effects or graphics and push the edit forward. You can then stack and process sounds to fit the space they're taking place in with effects like reverb or EQing, and you can shape sounds to be more believable and place them in a way that can mimic distance and position. Now, there's so much more that can be said about sound, but of course, the more we explore and implement ideas, the more we can build towards the core of what the ad is about. Of course, when talking about sound, we need to talk about music. Music selection can really drastically change how an ad feels, and so picking the right song for your project is crucial. Picking good music starts with finding the right tone that can support the products you're selling and the way in which you're being presented. So match the mood. Select music that complements the tone and message of your ad. If you're promoting a high energy product, for example, choose upbeat and lively music, and for a more emotional or dramatic ad, opt for slower or orchestral tracks. But sometimes, however, avoiding the obvious choice can provide a fresh take on a tried genre. For this reason, I wanted to go with something more atypical, since when thinking of cinematic VFX assets, you most commonly associate film score music or strings, and this track that I picked gives a more playful vibe to the ad, which I liked.
Let's make this love last till Valentine's.
Editing can feel so serious sometimes, and highlighting the fun of it can be a nice way to connect with the intended viewer. Tailor your music choice to resonate with your target demographic. What can inspire, in my case, an editor or a filmmaker to want to use my assets to get creative? But of course, don't go too crazy with that because you want to avoid distractions. There's a fly in here. Okay, so you don't want that, you don't want distractions, you want your ad to be focused. Ensure that the music doesn't overpower the voiceover or distract from the visuals. The goal is to enhance the viewing experience, not compete with it. If the score feels too cluttered when pairing it with your voice, you can modulate it either with the volume or treble of the track to fit it a little bit better as the underbed to the voice, but this can be true also if you don't have a voiceover. If the song stands out too much and distracts from what is being shown in the ad, then you can still modulate it and find ways to fit it better, but sometimes the best way to fix it is to replace it altogether. Now, during the selection of the tracks, it's important to be able to quickly test out your tracks against your ad. Drop them into your timeline and really pay attention to how the music is shifting or changing the ad. How does it make you feel, and does it fit? So test and iterate. Don't be afraid to experiment with different music options and gather feedback from your audience or from friends and collaborators before posting, and really pay attention to what music is resonating best and refine your choices accordingly. Now, this may seem basic, but Use royalty-free music. To avoid copyright issues, use royalty-free music from reputable sources. This ensures you have the legal rights to the music in your ad without worrying about copyright claims, which, trust me, you don't want to deal with. And there you have it. With all these ideas combined, I think you are well on your way to creating an effective visual ad. Of course, there's all the marketing, Google Ads, and all that stuff that we haven't really touched on in this video because that is a whole beast of its own, but it all starts with the content. If you don't have, a good piece of media that's going out there, people are not going to engage with it. They're not even going to watch it, and let alone click on that call to action button. So from the beginning, from conceptualizing all the way to editing, like you just saw in this video, it's important to get it right. So you're setting yourself up for success when you do run the ads and you're not wasting money. If you want more videos like this one, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit like so I know that you enjoyed it. And by the way, before you go, check out this video because it's been a while that I haven't posted on the channel, and this was the first video that I uploaded in a while. And it's about a project that is really close to my heart. It's a short film I shot 9 years ago, and this video kind of explores why that is, that it took so long, and all the post tricks that kind of resurrected it with the help of some AI. And don't forget about Artlist too. All right, that's it. Bye.